Andy, and today I'm going to be teaching you about hydrology. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about the underground or subsurface flow of water. To do this, I'll be talking about a few different topics. Specifically, different subsurface layers that exist, different types of flow, how water infiltrates into the soil, and soil porosity. So the first topic we'll be discussing today are the different layers of the subsurface. As you can see here, I have a diagram of this. So the first one of these layers is called the water table. The water table is the topmost part of what is referred to as the zone of saturation. Now, the zone of saturation is this entire area here where all the porous media is saturated by water. So the next part of this is what is referred to as an unconfined aquifer. This is an aquifer that is open to the surface by way of all of the porous media above it here, which is not saturated by water, but by air. So next is a confined aquifer. A confined aquifer is confined because on either side of it here, it is covered by confining units. A confining unit is a layer of near impenetrable rock by which water cannot pass through, therefore confining it within the aquifer. So the next topic I'll be discussing today are the two different types of flows in the subsurface. The first of which is referred to as subsurface flow or unsaturated flow. It's called unsaturated flow because this flow takes place above the water table in the unsaturated media here. It's unsaturated because not all of the pores in the soil are occupied by water, and it's able to move through these places where there is only air. Now, the next type of flow is referred to as groundwater flow or saturated flow. This is flow that takes place beneath the water table in the saturated media of the unconfined and confined aquifers. Now, this is flow where all of the pores in the soil are occupied by water already. It is more difficult for the water to move through the space. The final topics I'll be discussing today are infiltration and the different porosities of different types of soil. So water doesn't just start in our aquifers. First, it has to infiltrate from the surface. Infiltration is the process by which water from the surface goes down into the soil. So a soil's infiltration rate changes as the soil becomes more saturated. And as more water enters the soil, the infiltration rate of the soil decreases. Now, water can penetrate into the soil because it is porous, meaning that there is space between the soil particles. And different soils have different types of porosities because they have different sizes of particles. Now, say a sandy soil has very large particles, meaning that there are fewer spaces between the larger particles. And a clay-like soil has much smaller particles and many smaller pores between these particles, allowing for a lot more storage of water in these micropores.